I'm taking something which has been used, you could say it's ready to be thrown out, old magazine, and I'm breathing some new life into it by doing something fresh and creative with it. My name is Giles. I've been working as a graphic designer for a good number of years. Things started to change for me when, particularly when the digital age arrived. And I know that, when you're working in the design field, you've got to be contemporary, you've got to be communicating effectively to the audience that you're working for. I kind of found myself in a position where I needed to find something else to do. And one thing that's always stayed with me is collage. I've always found collage fascinating. When I'd worked in publishing, just at different points over the years, if people needed an illustration, I would first of all think of using collage in some way or other. That was what really sort of motivated me and inspired me to do something. Both my sons, who were in their 20s, they wanted a bit of an adventure one spring, and we climbed Snowdon, got up to the top, hadn't anticipated this, through the clouds to see this wall of snow that we had to get over in order to get onto the top, which we did, and we were literally on the top just as the sun was rising. So then we had the Six Streets Festival, which my friends opened up their front room, and they asked for people to contribute. So I thought, I'm going to do a couple more pieces on Snowdon because that was so inspirational for me. So I did a couple of pieces, mounted them up and presented them. They put them up on the wall and they sold straight away to the first person literally who came through the door. So I thought, gosh, perhaps I'm onto something here. Perhaps this is something that people actually like. And all sorts of friends were saying, this is really good, you should do more of this. So I used my own photography, and again, it might take a few days to find the right shot. This is a scene of the estuary in Whitby. It's going to have the reflected colours, the low light at the end of the day, beautiful dark rich sky and lovely terracotta roofs and so on, and great reflections in the water, which you can't see as yet, but it's going to come. So that's where I start. I sketch it all out in pencil, just really quite roughly, and then I just set to work. So I get my different coloured bits of source material from magazines, and I do treat it a bit like an artist palette. So rather than having my different colours of paint laid out on a palette, I have my different heaps of source magazine cuttings. I have my blues, I have my reds, I have my greens, browns, greys, and I set to work. Sometimes I just have to clear up if I've just got too much material around. It's a bit like snow blindness, where you've just got too much going on, you just can't see what's there. So I have to clear up and then refocus on, now what is it exactly that I want? So I remembered from my days as a graphic designer that there's a product which is effectively contact adhesive. You literally peel off the backing, and then you've got a bit of repositionability with this, so that I can tack it down lightly and then reposition it, and then once I'm really happy with that I've got the right piece in the right place, then I burnish it down again and it's stuck fast. What happens if you make a mistake? And yeah, I make lots of mistakes, and I think part of the artistic process is being able to take a fresh look at something and seeing areas that you want to improve or that you want to do slightly differently. Probably got in some places maybe 3, 4 or 5 pieces on top of each other. I want people to be able to see my work from a distance and see it as a complete picture and think, wow, that's a great landscape, how's he done that? And then it's only when you get close to that you realise that it's actually built up from different elements, which you just wouldn't expect to find there, making up the picture, because they've been taken out of context and made into something completely different.